What's the difference between Nico Hischier out of the New Jersey Devils and Dylan Larkin out of the Detroit Red Wings? Aside the fact that both of these guys have been in loose to genuine trade discussions from fans and analysts over the past few months, there is a pretty big difference between these two names. And I'll just say it right here. Nico Hischier is quite literally the life-saving hero, and Dylan Larkin is quite literally the Red Wings' heart-breaking... I was going to call him a loser. I don't know, man. I'll let other people on Twitter call Dylan Larkin a loser. I don't need to do it myself. Today we're diving into this crazy Nico Hischier story that came out of Switzerland yesterday. This was posted by Amanda Stein, who, of course, is a New Jersey Devils team reporter. What an incredible story coming out of Switzerland yesterday morning. New Jersey Devils captain Nico Hischier helped rescue a family in distress on the Are River in Bern. A family with 2 children ran into trouble when their inflatable boat became stranded near a dam, prompting a police response. Hischier was nearby and joined others in helping with the rescue. A witness described Nico's actions as heroic, but in true Nico fashion, he downplayed his role, saying he was simply happy everyone made it out safely and that, of course, many others helped as well. This might be the most Nico story of all time. Here's the story in Swiss German. This tweet had 1 million views and 4,000 likes. And if we go over to blick.ch and we translate this article from, what's the original language here, German, into English, you can see that Nico Hischier indeed helped with a rescue on the Are River. NHL player Nico Hischier is spending some time in Switzerland during the summer break. Over the weekend, he helped with a rescue operation. A family with 2 children experienced some anxious moments on Saturday while boating in the river. Their inflatable boat got into trouble near the Engerhalde Weir in Bern. The cantonal police were called out as a result. The rescue operation received prominent support as reported by 20 Minuten on Thursday, as NHL pro hockey player Nico Hischier actively assisted in the subsequent rescue effort. His intervention was heroic, and he went out there and said, "Everyone is grateful for the support, and we were all relieved that no one was harmed in the end." Look at this guy, man. What a hero. Quite literally a hero. And one of the replies goes out there and says, Dylan Larkin quits on his team, Nico signs a team-friendly deal, then goes out to save lives. They are not the same. And look, this video topic literally has nothing to do with Dylan Larkin. I'm just using this as an opportunity to, I don't know, throw some shade or whatever. Like, there can be a story that happens tomorrow. Oh, Dylan Larkin saves a dying family from a car crash that could have been crushed by a big truck or something. Like, Dylan Larkin could genuinely have his Avengers moment tomorrow, and I'll take back everything I say in this video. But the fact that Nico Hischier has already had his Avengers moment gives us all the more reason to praise this dude. I mean, you think about the contract, you think about the commitment here. Nico Hischier is a guy that we even spoke about as a potential Dylan Larkin trade return piece, because both of these guys kind of have similar talent levels in the National Hockey League. Now, I know some of y'all might be pissed off to hear me say that, but Nico Hischier is a player who, this previous season, had 66 points in 82 games played. Dylan Larkin had 67 points in 74 games played. Larkin had 1 more point in 8 fewer games and has been a little bit better point production-wise the past few years. Larkin's best season was 22-23, where he had 79 points in 80 games. Nico Hischier's best year was 22-23, where he had 80 points in 81 games. Almost the same points per game. Both of these guys just right under that 1 mark. Dylan Larkin is 29, Nico Hischier is 27. Larkin is signed till 2030 at $8.7 million a year. Hischier signed on till the end of 2032, making $11.7 million a year. Yeah, he's getting paid more than Elias Pettersson, which essentially has reset the market, if you want to say that. It's kind of funny because it's like, Jack Hughes is making 8. Right? Like, you think about it, you look at the New Jersey Devils and their salary cap structure. The fact that Jack Hughes is making 8, Luke Hughes is making gosh darn 9, and Nico Hischier, the captain's making 11.7, it really goes to show that the league is changing in such a drastic way. Now you've got guys like Hischier, sub-point-per-game players historically, reaching 11.7, and now you have Dylan Larkin, who's making 8.7, asking out and demanding that he leaves. There is so much to compare and contrast between these two guys, and the fact that we even have fans going out there and saying that, yeah, Dylan Larkin is quitting on his team, Nico is literally a lifesaver. They're not the same. Another reply says Larkin can quit on his team all the way to New Jersey, if you ask me. And then Andrew says, yeah, I'll take him. Like, let's go out there and do that. Now, of course, there are some very positive things that Dylan Larkin has done as well, and even though we did make a video calling him a loser the other day, that was mostly in the context of him not really expanding his trade list that much. I mean, there were reports that he expanded it to Dallas, but that was quickly shut down by Helene St. James, so I don't know what to believe at this point. It's kind of exhausting. I do have to go out there and give some props to Larkin, though. Mike Martin went out there and said this: we are not crapping on Dylan Larkin. He has done so much for children with Down syndrome and the Special Olympics. He may want out of Detroit, who wouldn't, but he's a really kind human being. People in Detroit love him. And that is something that I don't think we should discredit either. Dylan Larkin has probably had a very positive effect on many Michiganders, or is that what it's called? Let's just Google that really quickly. Michigan demonym. Right. It is a Michigander. All right, I'm right. Nice. I have no doubt that Dylan Larkin has made his fair share of charitable contributions with his time, his presence, his kindness. That's definitely par for the course for an NHL captain. But when it comes to on-ice activity and his supposedly strained relationship with Red Wings GM Steve Yzerman, I feel like there's a lot of reason for Red Wings fans to reasonably call Larkin a loser for everything that's been going down over the past few weeks. This Nico Hischier thing just happens to be a very positive note for him and his career, and a very fun story for Devils fans to admire their captain with. I say fun story. No, it's not a fun story. Obviously, this is a very tragic thing that happened. It's great that nobody got hurt, and it's also great that we saw some good heroism from not just Hischier, but all the other people in Switzerland that were going out there and helping out too. So, at the end of the day, these guys do have themselves quite similar talent levels, I would say, as centers in the National Hockey League. Props to Nico, of course. Really amazing stuff out of the Devils captain. Flyers Mafia says maybe he should try to put this much effort into his on-ice performance. Okay, we're not going to go out there and do that. Now's not the time. I don't think, at least. But you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, how the Larkin versus Hischier conversation, in terms of their on-ice play, has evolved over the last few years. Who would you rather take on your team now and in the long term? And do you think a trade of Larkin for Hischier was ever seen as something rational that you could see either team do? We made some videos about that in the past. Now, with 2026 vision, I want to re-ask the question here on this video. Thoughts in the comments section about Hischier, Larkin, the Devils, and the Wings. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.